So you guys, so think about this. Now, what what do I mean when I say that? Well, we already knew right here was the break, and if you're on the 2-minute EWO, looks like your entry was either here or here. So either way, regardless, 2-minute scalp doesn't matter. You were in the same trade, and you should have left it the hell alone. Now, if you're a scalper, doesn't your stop go above 160?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's your stop. If you're a 2-minute EWO, what should the stop be set at?
25 to 40%.
There you go. So I know this never, ever came back at any point during any of that. You would have rode this all the way down. And some of you keep saying you're getting stopped out. We got to stop doing that. Right? I need you to practice this and stop getting stopped out. This shouldn't have stopped you out. This shouldn't have stopped you out. The only time when you had to start making a decision is because it just never came back. But you could, I mean, you had an hour to figure this out, right? A whole hour. Look at this thing, right? Warning signs were there. You can see it was moving nicely. Right here was when it first started to pull back. This was all a questionable area. But if you bought it up here at 160 and you had even, think about it, even if you made the decision here, what is this? I can't see it, 155. I mean, even if you waited till here, right? Like, you guys are getting heavy on the scalp, right? And then when it does any type of move, because you're so heavy, you get stopped out, right? Am I right on that? So what I want you to do, instead of doing 10, do 2, okay? By doing that, and you're like, oh, coach, but then I can't make a lot of money. That's okay. We're not doing this right now for you to make the money. We're doing this to retrain your brain. I'm telling you, if you guys would have had 2 of them in here, let's put it this way. Let's say you did 10 at 25, right? And you made 10% and you got stopped out. That's $250 profit, which is really good, right? That's awesome, right? Isn't that a good day? Now let's break this down. What if you did 2 of them and it costed you $500? Okay. Let's also look at your risk. If you did 2,500 and your risk was 25 to 40% or whatever your risk tolerance is. So let's look at it. Let's look at this in another light. Here's what I want you to do, and this is what should have happened until you condition your brain to do this. So instead of 10 contracts, which would have costed you $2,000 to $2,500, you made that beautiful play, and you collected anywhere between $200 to $250, because I know that's what most of you would have got stopped out on, is somewhere in here, right? I don't know where, but if you're saying you're getting stopped out, usually that's early, because once it's long and it's running, you don't get stopped out that easily. So let's do it this way. If they did 2 contracts, which would have costed them $500, right? $500 should have got them at least 300%, which $500 would have got you $1,500. So your risk was 500, your reward was 1,500. You risked less, you let it run longer, you were more confident because the risk was smaller. You would have let it do the big moves, you wouldn't have panicked on the small stuff. Less risk, higher reward to just let it run. Do you guys see the difference?